Hello everyone, this is Waldorf.
And this is Statler.
And this is Battle Report 330.
330.
And look at that nice symbol over there. The Orcs and Goblins versus the Warriors of the Dark Gods.
Yeah, both color. Isn't that nice?
Yeah, well, only one is theirs.
there is that. WDG at Huzzah Hobbies.
Yep. Still playing through the pandemic. Fantastic.
He still has the same restrictions and his space also. He hasn't lightened them at all.
You have to wear masks. And
yeah, and he still only has 4 tables out of the 20 open.
I think 16 or 16 tables and only 4 open. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, he's definitely being careful. But it's still a great place to play. So, my new list. Slight changes here. Characters are pretty much the same. Shaman on the boar with Master of Shamanism. Paired weapons, Magical Heirloom, Obsidian Rock. Feral Orc Warlord with the war boar. He's got paired weapons, Shady Shankin, Light Armor with Tuck-Tex Guard. Troll Ale Flask, and Potion of Swiftness. I'm liking the Tough 6. I'll just say that.
There's a lot to like.
I'm missing him having a good armor save though. But he's only got a 4-up now. You
don't need it if you're not getting wounded.
That's if they don't. But I kind of find that same thing out. If they don't cause a wound, I don't have to make an armor save. And the Feral Orc BSB on foot has paired weapons in the Kingslayer sword or paired weapon. Light armor with the Essence of Mithril. So he's got a 2-up armor on foot. All have 5-up wards.
Okay.
28 Orc Ed Bashers, Spear and Shield, full command in the Green Tide. 8 Goblin Raiders, common Goblin Raiders, Shields, Light Lance, Bow. 2 units of 5 Orc Boar Riders, common Orcs, Shield and Musician. 8 mounted Ed Bashers, down to 8. Every time I need to add something or change something in this list, it comes out of these guys. Because it can't come out of core, unfortunately.
Yeah.
They're common Orcs, Shields, Lance, full command. I added the Flaming Standard here.
Oh, okay.
3 Goblin Wolf Chariots, 15 Iron Orcs with a champion. 5 Goblin Raiders, they're the Force Goblins with Shield, Light Lance, and throwing weapons. 3 Greenhide Catapults, and a Gargantula with a web launcher. So 4 4x4 patterns.
Okay, so this is the catapult list we had chatted about before.
Correct. Finally put it together and used it.
Okay.
Spells. Took Bring the Pain, of course. Waken the Beast, Swarm of Insects, Totemic Summons, and Break the Spirit.
Did you lose your cards?
What do you mean? Oh.
You usually have your own. You usually don't use these.
I go back and forth.
Okay.
I had not done those yet or cleaned those up. This is my opponent, the Chosen Lord of Envy. With the general, he's got the trophy rack, shield.
That's him personally?
It is. This is him. He's got the Burning Portent, which is the one that does D3 wounds. He's got the Immortal Gauntlets, Potion of Swiftness, and he's a Dark Prelate. He's riding a Black Steed. He's a pricey guy, 715. He's got a Sorcerer who's a Master of Alchemy with Veil Walker. Lets him store up to 6 dice and use them for stuff. It's like extending ranges and nonsense. Destiny's Call for his armor, and the Scythed Sky Wheel. Scythed Sky Wheel.
Sky Wheel.
He's a pricey guy as well. Sorcerer, another Sorcerer. This guy's an Adept of Evocation. He's just got plate armor in the Veilgate Orb. The Veilgate Orb. This is the one that lets you store the extra dice. Sorry. The other one just lets you do the weird stuff. 2 units of Warhounds. 8, so they're in core. 5 Barbarian Horsemen with shields. They're in their core as well. 18 Warriors of Envy. Full command, halberd, relentless banner. And the price, this must be the way to build them. Because look at the price. This must be the designed way to build them.
It is the evil number.
It is the number.
See if he has a character that way, I think it'd be more appropriate.
Warrior Chariot, 6 Knights of Envy. Full command, great weapons, and a Wasteland Torch as their banner, which also gives them Ruin Strider. 6 more Knights of Envy with full command and a lance.
Wasteland Torch, that's the one where you can
you
destroy
turn a forest or a field
into a ruin.
And then you have Ruin Strider.
Yeah.
So he's got a marauding giant with a big brother, who is a big brother.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's backwards. It's probably backwards. Because his marauding giant, the big brother giant, is the one with the tribal war spear.
Okay.
Okay. And then he's got another giant with a club.
Okay.
And a chimera with wings.
Okay, so he's going envy.
So, yeah, he's definitely all over the envy thing, which is the reroll ones to charge and then reroll ones to wound in the first round you charge or to hit in the first round you charge. One of the two.
I don't remember this. Too many. There's too many of them.
When I'm playing an opponent, especially even in a tournament game, but especially in the friendly games, he just said it does this, and I'm like, okay, fine, whatever.
Yeah.
It auto kills orcs. Okay, whatever. You say so.
It causes you to buy me free beers.
Yeah.
Damn, got that one again.
Whatever. How come you keep taking that against me? Anyway. For spells, he's got Quicksilver Lash up in the top left, Word of Iron, Molten Copper, and Silver Spike, Evocation, Spectral Blades, and Hand of Glory. These are the bound spells that are only on the caster's unit. This is his big guy. And then the Evocation Mage has the Spectral Blades and Ancestral Aid.
Okay.
I don't know how Swarm of Insects slipped into there. I think my cards were right there beside it.
That's probably that's what it looks like.
Yep.
I'm just looking at how dinged up this hill is, and you still haven't fixed it.
I know. Gotta fix that.
It's a shame you don't have any time these days with COVID.
I'm still working. I need to go. If nothing else, I do need to go buy my the storage thing and pick up some more terrain because the new maps aren't as sparse on terrain, and they double up on a lot more stuff that the older maps did not.
Right.
Which you'll actually see in the next game. Highlighted in the next game, I should say. This one didn't have much terrain. It had a water up on the top left, hill in the center. On the top right, there's a house, impassable. Right, there's a ruin, forest down here on the bottom right, and on the left of the bottom is a wall, and that's pretty much it.
The random wall.
Only 6 objects in this one, which was, unless we missed something, just seems really light, but whatever.
Yeah.
So we got that. We did the diagonal deployment, refused flank, and if I'm not mistaken, he chose sides. And I deployed first to go first. No. Yes, I deployed first to go first. I don't know. We'll see in a minute.
One of your catapults looks funny to me.
One of the catapults looks a little different than the other two. I will admit that. I've got a model for it. It's just not painted yet. So hopefully it's like halfway there.
I see.
Yeah. Anyway, they're all 3 catapults. Anyway, I was looking at this and actually he chose. Anyway, whatever. We'll move on.
Yes.
Till I figure this out. Spiders, the scouting spiders showed up where you see them right there, and the vanguarding wolf riders.
He didn't destroy the woods or anything with his torch.
He forgot to.
Oh, okay.
He remembers this about turn 3 or 4.
Okay.
And I'm like, go ahead and destroy it if you want to. I don't care at this point. And he's like, no, I forgot it, and this is the only way I'll learn.
Yeah. Okay.
Like, okay, whatever. Your choice. And we're playing Hold the Center, by the way. That's what the icon, the token there in the center is.
Okay.
So I vanguarded my wolf riders up here to the hill.
So they could go and not hold the center.
So they can not hold the center because they've got nothing to do with the center.
Yep.
So turn 1. Here we go. Actually, I deployed to go first. There you go. There's your answer because I know it now. So the wolf riders vanguarded up there so they could shoot without having to move. You can see my other stuff just came forward all the way across the board. Spider hung back because it didn't want to didn't want that giant or that chariot to charge it, so it just kind of hung back. And this way it can use its catapult.
So you wanted to go first because you wanted to shoot.
I want to be able to shoot. Okay. I got 3 catapults. I got 4 catapults, so I want to shoot. 3 of them are good against monsters because they've got the hole in the center. And the spider catapult is really good because it gives you dangerous terrain checks.
Right.
And when you've got a low model count, like if I can hit that unit of knights every turn, you don't want to lose a knight.
Right.
Dangerous terrain check.
Right. Or the warriors, frankly.
It just bothers people. Yes.
Yeah.
And the spiders. My idea here, just so you'll see, spiders came forward so they could do their throwing weapons at that big giant behind the building.
That's the big brother.
That's the big brother giant with the war spear.
Okay.
So my thought is this one, they go in there, and maybe I'm right. Maybe he's got the club and the other one's got the war spear. I don't know at this point. So my thought is, though, they go up, shoot him, do a wound, maybe get lucky and do 2. He comes out, he charges me, I flee, he catches me, and this spider jumps on it.
Right.
That's what I'm thinking.
That's the plan.
That's my plan. Not a good plan, but it's my plan. And the boar boys would go in as well.
It's a good plan as long as you don't get 1 wound short on their wounds.
Yeah, well, there's always that. So let's go to fire. So since this is an illegal model, therefore it misfires and takes a wound. My other catapult fires. It misfires and takes a wound. My spider misfires and can't fire for 2 turns.
Wow.
3 ones, if you're counting. But the last catapult puts 3 wounds on the chariot.
Okay.
Not sure that's a good change. And I did put a wound on the giant. See the wound marker on him from throwing weapons. So I did 1. Yay. Which is kind of what I figured. I was hoping for more, but planning on 1. The wolf riders, I moved up to the hill so they could shoot, and maybe I'm hoping to pick off a couple dogs was the idea. Didn't kill anything.
Okay.
Did nothing for me.
And I see some random spells.
And then I did put
Something on the chariot.
I did not put anything on the chariot. I tossed it to him and he didn't move it.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
This was supposed to be on the giant. It's the break the spirit.
Okay.
So,
on the big giant.
Yeah, so this way the big giant charges my spider riders. It has to take tests.
Okay.
That's my idea. So anyway, and I think that's pretty much the only thing I got off.
Okay.
And we go to his turns. He decided to charge me anyway, and I believe he did take a wound. The Chimera charges the Wolf Riders on the hill, which I kind of figured was going to happen, so they decided to flee, and they run through because the way I'm looking at it, they're within 12 of the General and BSB, so they've got a rerollable 9 to rally and do whatever they want. So they do run, as you can see. He redirects into the Boar Riders behind the wall.
Okay.
And rolls an 11 and makes it. So I'm not real thrilled with. But I'm holding out hope because
You have a wall?
I've got a wall to protect me. He's only got like 5 attacks and he can't stomp me. So, kind of holding out hope with that one. And then his dogs come up, as you can see, and make this big line in front of my whole army to prevent me from going forward.
They use their Uber move?
They used their Uber move, and the other dogs on the other side did the same and came up over there and are screening the other side.
Okay.
So now he comes forward with his...
Army?
yeah, pretty much his army. He left his barbarian horsemen to hang out in the back because he's keeping his side sky wheel guy out of 30. So and he's got hard targets, so I'll need 6s to hit him.
Right.
So while he's in sight, I need 6s to hit him. To try to discourage me from shooting at him. So now the interesting thing about this that I noticed immediately is like, oh, look at this. If my Boar Riders over there behind the wall can hold, then these chariots have a charge into the chariots, and the orcs can combine charge the dogs.
And
the chariots have an overrun to clip the back corner of that Chimera.
Right.
And if they kill that, they have an overrun into the giant.
Yep.
So I'm like, ooh, this is looking really good. And he casts the, Molten Copper, kills 4 of my Boar Boys. Things aren't looking as good as they were a minute ago. Not real thrilled with that whole situation. And there's the 4 dead guys. Just pulled them out. And we've got that, and the rest of the stuff just kind of moves up. I'm just trying to see what else he'd done for spells, and I don't think he did much else that turn. So he goes in the fight. He only kills one of me. I can't put a wound on him.
Okay.
So he's only winning by 1. But it doesn't matter. I run.
Okay.
So I got that going for me. And he chases me and kills me.
All right. So that didn't work out.
It didn't work at all. Did not work at all. And that 6 is just a random die on that giant. It doesn't mean anything.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm not real thrilled with that whole situation. Partially, again, not completely on anything else except me, because my BSB's on the other side of that big orc unit. On this side, he would have probably given them a reroll.
I see.
But he's not there. So we'll leave that alone. Moving on to turn 2. Turn 2. This is what it looks like. And the giant had charged, took a wound from the dangerous terrain, but barely, as you can see, barely moved. The guy in the back, the big brother guy behind the building. So the Ed Basher orcs are going to charge into the dogs, hopefully clear them off. Boar Boys on the far right decided to charge into the flank of the other unit of dogs and hopefully get rid of them.
Yep.
My idea there is, if I go forward with the Black Orcs, it puts the Black Orcs in range of everything, which I'm not interested in. If those guys go in, they can go in, something charges, they can willingly flee and get out of there.
Right.
Black Orcs can't flee.
Well, what are the Iron Orcs doing?
They're sitting there watching. The Iron Orcs, as opposed to the Black Orcs.
Yeah.
Okay, whatever. So we do that. The chariots pull back and just look over this way. The Wolf Riders, as you can see, rally. And guess what? Made both charges.
Okay, shocking.
Yeah, it's a big shock, I know. Spider Riders up in the top right don't rally and continue off the board.
And you reformed your Boar Boys?
I would have liked them to stick around. Reform the Boar Boys down to narrow, so more stuff can fit.
Right.
More than anything. And they're probably, being 5 wide, they're going to lose that rank quickly. It's not going to matter for them anyway.
Yeah, they're all about the characters at this point.
Correct. It's just a kind of a bunker thing. At least it scares people somewhat. Magic goes off. I get a totemic summons. You can see him back there in the top by the building.
But of course.
And he breathes, and I may have done a 3rd wound to the giant. I don't recall at this point.
Went after the giant, okay.
Yeah. I mean, the other guy on the side wheel's got a 2-up armor or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah. Actually, he's got a 3-up, 4-up something, or 4-up, 4-up with the Destiny's Call. Anyway, so I go at the giant. May or may not have put a wound on him. I don't recall. Because he's hiding his dice behind there. He keeps putting it back to 0, I'm sure. The Boar Boys charge into the flank of the dogs and manage to kill 2 of them. It's very impressive.
Very impressive.
It's only 10 string 5 attacks. Come on. I was impressed with that. They still run them down and kill the dirty dogs.
You have to chase them, okay.
Yeah, they left and I chased them and figured, because I want to be out here.
Oh, you want to be out there, okay.
Yeah, I want to be out here, because if I run, if he charges me and I run, it pulls him more towards the center. And, if I run 7 and end up right in front of something, like say the Black Orcs, and then he charges them up, now he's sitting in front of the Black Orcs. That was my idea, at least. So they go there, and look at that. The Ed Bashers managed to clear off the other unit of dogs.
Okay.
Now back to his turn, bottom of turn 2. He decides to charge the chariot into the flank of the Boar Riders. Not thrilled about it, but then I looked at their flee option and was incredibly thrilled. I was okay with it, because their flee option takes them
all the way to the other side of your
all the
line.
way back here. And not only does that, but it also prevents that flying chimera from jumping up here beside my catapult out of the chariot's range. Arc. Right. Because, had they not fled here, he could pop over there out of their arc and have free reign. So I was happy about that. Wolf Riders rally and move just a little bit, because they've got that, flight thing going. Right. And I think that was it. No. He redirected the chariot into the orcs, the Ed Bashers, and if I'm not mistaken, he made it.
Yeah, I can't
see
see
in the
it.
next
So.
picture. He's
Okay.
still back there. Yeah, and he
Okay.
makes
Oh,
it in.
into the flank. Okay.
Boom. Yeah, he was in my flank. He's only got one wound left, so I'm not that concerned with it.
Okay.
I've got 4 orcs. I figure he'll kill off the 2, and I'll have 3 attacks on him to try to put a single.
It's just a question how many orcs he's going to kill before he goes.
Yeah, I figured 6, less than 7.
Okay.
But guess what? I figured wrong. Chimera just moves up to where you can see it. Giant comes walking along.
Okay.
You can see his knights coming up there in the center. Mm-hmm. I think his barbarian horsemen
Still back there.
Yeah, I don't think they've moved yet. There you go.
That water scares them.
They came splashing through the water.
Okay.
They didn't want to get clean. The biggest triumph of the game so far for me is the giant turned around to
face the totemic.
The totemic summons, which
Okay.
thrills me to no end. And that's what we got. So,
Your
moving on.
misfires were only for the one turn, right?
Except for the chair, for the
Except for the spider.
spider. The other 2 misfires.
So did they do anything this turn?
They did not.
Okay.
Trying to think, if I'm looking around, I don't think we did a single thing this turn.
Okay.
Anyway, so he comes in and charges into the flank of me. He did enough to... Actually, I had 4 attacks on him. Still had 3 attacks on him and didn't manage to put a wound on him.
Okay.
So, left up there. I was looking at it again.
He did what, 5 to you?
Yeah,
Okay.
he did 5 to me. So, I mean, looking at this position, right?
Mm-hmm.
If I can put the single wound on him,
Right.
I get a free reform and can charge wherever I want next turn.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought it was a very dangerous move on his part. Sounds like something I would do. But anyway, so it worked for him, though. So he stuck around.
So you had 4 attacks.
He killed the back rank.
Oh.
He positioned to hit.
So you had 3 attacks. 1.5 of those hits. He's resilience 5, so
50-50.
70. Now we're down to 75%. Then he has an armor save of
He's got a 3 up, but I've got
3 up.
AP3.
AP3? AP2.
Strength 5 with AP1 from the spear.
Oh, yes.
Because the Born to Fight.
So 3 goes to it. So he's got a 6 armor save.
Yeah. So
it's like a 70% chance of causing a wound.
Correct.
Okay.
not bad. That's what I was hoping for.
Yeah.
But it didn't come off.
Yeah. Okay.
That's why it's not. Even if it's 100, there's no 100% chance. But
Yeah.
anyway, so anyway, but I was just licking my chops at the opportunity of what I could have if I did do it.
Right.
Because I figure I'll charge the giant and then be over there near those guys with those knights, and the knights definitely don't want to charge me. In my opinion, in the split spears and strength 5 AP3. But one thing it did happen is it did give me, as you can see, I'm the only one within 6
Of the objective.
So I will get the first point for the center of the board.
Okay.
Going back to my turn 3, the chariots charge into the Chimera. Splat. And the Iron Orcs charged into, because of the positioning of all this stuff, they could charge into the back of the chariot, but only got 2 guys in. 2 files in. But, again, it has 1 wound.
So the boar boys are staying.
Boar boys are sitting where you see them.
Okay.
So far. Here we go. His guy on the side sky wheel flew away from me, and I rolled and got him and came up an inch short of getting him. So I'm just hanging out there looking at him. But that's one of the objectives of putting him back there was to do that. The boar boys who had fled ran on off the board. They did not rally. Moving on. The vaunted Wolf Riders. These guys are awesomely known for their archery, and they shoot down a warrior knight. So awesome. I'm charging the Chimera on the right, so I put the Break the Spirit onto the Giant again, to again give him a -1 to hit and dangerous terrain. He's already got 3 wounds on him. Unfortunately, that just means he's going to attack me more if he charges. Got that. And what are we doing? So that's that. Oh, the chariots, this picture. This picture was the chariot smashed the Chimera and overran off the board. Impact hits did for it. You can see the boar boys have pivoted around the face this way, and the orcs went wide. The reason the orcs went wide is because the catapult this turn has fired and hit the knights on the far right, and while it didn't do a wound to them, it did do the, they do have dangerous terrain, and if they want to charge me in the flank, it's a decent distance charge. I think it's like a 15 or a 16. Easily makeable charge, especially with Envy, but he has to make 2 dangerous terrains apiece because he has to hit me in the flank. He has to cross, or all but I think one of them end up having to cross the hill. So basically two dangerous terrains a model for them, and the giant, of course, also has to make dangerous terrains. And the dice you see spread out are just a center of the unit marker. So, and there's the chariot sitting off the board. And that's all set. So, back to his turn. Back to his turn 3. He decides to charge me with the warriors on the far right, on the far left, and the giant in the front of this biggin block, the orc head bashers. And I decide that that's not I don't want to take both of those because of the impact,
Right.
All that smashing and then the stomps are going to, because I'm not going to kill the giant, I don't think. It's only got 3 wounds on it. Who knows? Because he'll beat me.
And those knights go before you.
The knights go before me, and the giant is going to clip me on the corner, so I only have 3 attacks on it.
Right.
So I'm not going to be able to kill it, and it's going to be there to stomp me and everything else.
Yep.
So it's not a pretty sight.
Don't hit it, you let's make it matter.
And I'm looking, exactly. And I'm looking at the overruns he had after that.
Right.
And I'm not thrilled with that either. So they booked it to get out of there. But unfortunately for me, they took the Leadership 9 General and the Leadership 9 Wolf Riders with them.
Oh, wow.
So my entire army headed for the edge of the board. Or close to my entire army. And
where's your BSB?
He's in that unit that's fleeing.
Oh, okay.
The first unit that fled. So I didn't get re-rolls for the 9 for the General or the Wolf Riders. But anyway.
But you cleared out the field.
But I made a little bit of space. And the Iron Orcs sit in the middle of the field being men.
Exactly. Well, being orcs.
We don't need your help, is what they're proclaiming.
Yes.
They're just going to sit right where they are. He attempted to redirect with the giant into the Iron Orcs, but failed, and actually did take 2 more wounds, so he's up to 5 now.
Okay, it's getting close.
So I think he's two away. And then we're going to go to his turn. His turn, he's looking at his options. Actually, I think he was measuring. We both have a unit within 6 after he moved.
Okay.
So I think that's where we are. Yeah.
Still where we are?
Still where we are. And
Still
just showing you the picture of this whole.
What was he doing? he had to take a break?
He was, scoffing at me.
Yeah.
Then his magic phase lights up and he kills 4 orcs with the Molten Copper or Quicksilver Lash, one of the 2. Must have been Molten Copper.
Okay.
And then he picks off another one with the Lash. And we're going to move on to turn 4. This time we each had 1 unit close, so nobody's going to score.
Okay.
He had the, I believe I had, oh no, this unit of warriors here that sit on the hill. Mm-hmm. He had moved them forward to get within 6 of this, and then he would have won the center of the board. But he failed his march check because of the totemic summons. And he couldn't get far enough.
Oh, okay.
Which was fantastic. Again, another big win for the totemic summons. Back to my turn on turn 4. The Iron Orcs decide to charge.
Did he try charging anybody? He just moved up.
He just moved up.
Okay.
Just moved up. The giant had tried to charge anybody, and the warrior knights had tried to charge they were charging with the giant, and both both end up being failed.
But nothing else happened except for okay. No one went after your iron orcs.
No one wants to mess with iron orcs.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but they don't. The iron.
And I see some totemic summons shenanigans.
Not yet.
Well, you're like on it. It's like he moved away from me and he blocked you with his giant. Looks like.
Yeah. Remember his side sky? Yes,
right.
Correct. Exactly. Yeah. Yes. Again, another win for the totemic summons, because not only did he first pull the giant off the far right, pulled the giant into the center of the board. March test failed those guys. He's doing great. And he hasn't caused a single wound, or maybe one at most. Anyway.
You said he breathed once in the giant.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He may have done one. The Iron Orcs charged the barbarian horsemen who fled, and just out of, whatever, redirect. It's either redirect or just move straight that way. They redirected on it and now need a 10 to reach the warrior knights.
Okay.
Because, if you're going to go for something, go for something big.
Well, they hurt a lot less when you hit them.
Exactly. And they're going to fail. The totemic summons, to help me out, charged into the flank of this unit of warrior knights.
Okay.
Because, again, I'm sorry, not the warrior, the foot knights, the warriors. He charged into the flank of them because coming around the corner of the horsemen, I could only contact 2. So he's only got 4 attacks on me. There's a chance I can stay there and pin him for a turn.
Right.
So, I'm really getting ambitious with this guy.
Yeah, well.
Rallies
off. You need somebody to lead your army forward.
all three units rally. Okay. So here's the question. So I've got the general who rallies on a 9, and I've got the BSB's unit who rallies on an 8. Unless the if the general hasn't rallied yet. So what order do you do them in? Because if I do the general first and he rallies, then the orcs rally on a rerollable 9. On a single 9. If I do the orcs first, they only rally on an 8, but they give the general a reroll.
Yeah.
So I went with the orcs, and it paid off because the orcs made their rally, which gave the general and the wolf riders a rerollable.
Yeah, rerollable 8's always better than a single 9.
It's a single 8.
Yeah.
It was a single 8 for them.
I'm sorry, a rerollable 8's always better than a single 9's.
No rerollables.
Well, it would be if you rallied.
The rerollable 8, it was no... anyway, the orcs only rallied on an 8, period.
No, I understand what I'm saying.
Okay.
But once you have that,
now I got the rerollable 9 for the general.
Yeah.
Correct. So, but if they don't make it, they probably go off because there's not enough room for them on the other side of that catapult. Anyway, so whatever. They make it. Everyone makes it, and everyone's happy. The chariots come back on the board and move just out of the arc of the Knights of Envy. They're not in their arc, and looking where they can do some damage. And the catapult, I believe, fires and splats off the giant.
Giant, okay.
Who had only 2 wounds.
Down to 2 wounds, okay.
But they finally splatted something off. Really pleased with that. Break the Spirit goes off on the warriors on the hill.
So just one catapult hit.
One catapult hit, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Anyway, I think another catapult hit those knights over there on the left and did a wound to them. No. The actually, yes. The the catapult that's on the spider hit these warrior knights over here, the horsemen over here on the far left. Hit them with the strength. It even hit them on the second roll. So it hit them with a strength 2 hit and killed one of the knights.
Wow. Okay.
And gave them now they have dangerous terrain and -2 to their agility, which, little bonus. So now both the units sitting here in front of me have dangerous terrain on them.
Right.
The knights up top have great weapons. which, you know, he's nervous, but they do have the Chosen Lord in there. But they have great weapons. So
Oh, they don't have lances, they have great weapons.
correct.
Okay.
The ones on the bottom have lances. The ones on the top have great weapons.
I see. Okay.
So if he charges my Iron Orcs with those, I go great weapon. We go at the same time as mutual destruction, and the spider can come in and try to mop up what's left.
Right.
You know, because they've got great weapons. It gets to go first at least.
Yeah, yeah.
Anyway, they're all going to be strength 6, and, you know, the guy with the porting blades in there. So they'll probably kill me anyway, but it's... Anyway, that's what I got.
They probably blundered that unit.
Probably. So there's where you got 1, 2, 3. How many knights are down here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think there's only 5 down here on the bottom now, so it must have killed one. Okay. This must have been the shot.
Yep, there's 5. Yeah.
Yeah, there's the dead guy back there.
Okay.
Behind the hill. All right.
So you're still holding the objective.
So still holding the objective, but it's the top of the 4th. He's still got his turn. So got that.
And
the totemic summons.
Circled around?
It broke. It was these warriors on the hill. Now they had a -1 to hit me on top of that, and still it failed. You know, it lost. I didn't kill anybody. He did not put a wound on me either.
But you ran through 2 enemy units and you survived it.
And I took only 1 wound from him.
Yeah, can't complain about that.
No, can't complain at all about that.
Of course, he's probably going to run the table, but
well, the funny thing is the giant can't see me now.
there is that.
That's the real win.
Neither can the disc.
So back to his turn. His barbarian horseman rally.
Okay.
He moves both these units up within 6, but doesn't charge anyone because he knows he's got the objective, and I'm way off it and can't get back to it. So he does that. His sorcerer on the disc.
There's no characters in the Iron Orcs, right?
No.
Okay.
No. There's a champ, but that's about it. And that's what we got.
Okay.
And like I said, the knights down here, the purplish knights, can't get out of my arc unless they just want to sit where they are, basically. So they just come around and sit in front of me.
So they turn around.
Right. And just taunt me.
Okay.
And we're going to go to turn 5. Now we each have a point. So it's all on turn 6. No, turn 5 and then 6. Sorry. So this is what I'm looking at the beginning of the turn. The Iron Orcs cannot charge that unit of warriors in front of them.
Did you just turn the lights on?
It's weird.
It's all bright all of a sudden.
It's weird. The flash was going sometimes and not others.
Okay.
So it's just, hit or miss.
Yeah.
Just kind of, like I said, kind of odd. So I did rally the totemic on my turn, but he smashed me, I guess. Or I didn't rally.
Have you had a turn?
No,
I
just ran off the board. Never mind.
Okay.
I ran off the board with him, and everybody else moves up. Wolf Riders move up to block that unit of knights. And this, biggest mistake I made in this game, he pulled the unit of knights down the bottom left in front of my chariots,
right,
and intimidated me. I did not charge him.
Yeah, I see that.
I should have charged him. I did the math, and I only killed like 2 1/3, 2 1/2, or something like that.
It all depends on the impact hits.
But that's on an average impact hit roll. I killed 2 1/2, and then probably the spears and the goblins and wolves are probably not going to do anything. Maybe cause another wound. If I cause 3, I'm happy. If I only cause 2, he probably kills me. So I was intimidated and didn't do it. I don't agree with that. He also has reroll to hit on his guys. I believe he had a reroll spell on his guys, either to hit or to wound. I'm not sure which one.
Okay, but they're the ones with the lances, right?
They do have lances. They'd only be strength 4. But I thought I was going to use my light troops to my advantage and whip around here out of his arc.
Okay.
And taunt him, not realizing it's turn 5 and I've only got 1 turn left.
Right.
So the orcs head in towards the center. I cannot take the center from him anymore. I have to have 3 units. He's got 2 units that score that are on it. I can't get 2 to it this turn. And he can easily get 3 to it next turn. Because these barbarian horsemen can, up here on the bottom left, can hike up there on his turn. Anyway,
right.
So we come forward. As you can see, the spider comes forward. Everybody's there.
Looks like you lost more Iron Orcs since the last picture, or at least one more.
Nah, I just moved the guy in the back over to the other side.
Oh, okay.
There was a hole on the other side, and for whatever reason, I shifted him down to this side.
Okay.
So, back to his turn, he decides to take a page out of my book, and the Portent Lord comes charging out of this unit.
I'm sorry, what did your shooting do? Nothing?
Nothing.
Okay. Not having a good shooting game.
I'm not. It's a lot of shooting and not doing a whole lot.
Yeah.
And especially after that first turn, I was very disgusted with it. But I have managed to kill, I put 3 wounds on the chariot, put a couple wounds on the giant. I'm sniping off things here and there, but not enough for, the 420 points.
Yeah.
In my opinion. So anyway. So like I said, his Portent Lord comes charging out, makes it into the spider. His knights just about face and walk away from me, and his barbarian horsemen come take their place in front of the chariots to screen me so I can't charge anybody. I should have seen this come. Like I said, this is what I said. I should have seen this coming and just charged the warrior knights. But I didn't. So now they're within range of so he's got 3 units within range of the token for this turn. His big brother giant comes over and takes a close look at the Black Orcs through the gap between the 2 units. And that's going to do it for his moves. And there you see it. He casts any spells? Yeah. So he casts Hand of Glory on himself.
Okay.
Not happy about that. But he makes it worse by casting Ancestral Aid on himself. And then tops it off with the alchemical fire on the spider. I forgot what spell he cast. I think he Quicksilver Lash at somebody. Or whatever.
Something on your Wolf Riders?
And I managed to dispel absolutely nothing.
Yeah, it looks like that. You decided not to do it this turn?
Yeah, I didn't have a lot of dice and figured it wasn't worth
now you're definitely missing another Iron Orc.
That must have been where he Quicksilver Lashed to kill a couple Iron
Or 2.
I'm missing 2, it looks like. Or maybe 3. Anyway. No, the hole's on this end, so yeah, missing 2. Anyway, 2 more. So this Portent Lord is not only there on the spider, and he's all charged up, ready to go. He managed to does 8 wounds, kills me off.
So he Ginsu'd him. Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah. Not happy about that. And on turn 6, yeah, I didn't turn the die when I took the picture. So on turn 6, he actually goes into turn 6 with 2 points.
This free beer must have been kicking in.
Yeah. Back to my turn. Now I'm just trying to scrape up some points where I can, because, I can't take the objective. He's got the objective. So Wolf Riders come forward to where you see there and just screen off everything. The chariots charged into the barbarian horsemen down here, pick up a few points there. And the Iron Orcs just sit there, make him charge.
Okay.
And there we go. We cleared off the barbarian horsemen. Yay. And the catapults this turn decided to hit a little bit. We hit the Portent Lord and did 2 wounds to him.
Okay.
Missed him by 1. Unfortunately, it's not enough for anything. 2 wounds is equal to nothing.
Yeah.
But the other catapult fired off. There was one catapult that was within 12 of the Portent Lord, so it couldn't shoot at him. It fired at the big brother giant and finished him.
Because that's a lot of points not to concentrate on.
Yeah, I would have shot him, but he's within 12. And when he realized that, he should have said, he said, I should have just overran and been within 12 of 2 of them.
Yeah.
I'm like, yes, you should have.
What did the spider shoot at? Oh, wait.
Yeah. The spider is a big lump. Okay. Anyway. All right.
Okay.
I thought I was going to sneeze, and it just kind of went away.
So you're already exhausted from the game. You're not even playing.
Yeah. Still just waiting there. Waiting to sneeze.
So he's charged you now?
Back to his turn. He's charged the Iron Orcs with the warriors finally.
Okay.
And he charged both units of the horsemen into the into the Wolf Riders.
All right.
As if,
using enough dynamite there.
Like one wasn't going to do the job.
Yeah. Got nothing else to do.
Yeah. But yeah, you're right. Got nothing else to do. And then his mage sneaked over to the side and I was holding dice for the silver spike because that one can kill a character. So I let the Quicksilver Lash go through, and he did 4 wounds, and now all 4 wounded. He killed both my guys, and he put a wound on both my characters.
Ouch.
So I'm not real thrilled with that.
But you didn't panic.
But I didn't. Well, now I can't. Now I'm both frenzied.
Oh yeah.
There's no chance of panic now. But they stick around there. But he did get that shot got my full unit instead of just half of it.
Okay.
Half the points for it. And he killed both the Wolf Riders and killed the other ones.
Yep.
And turned it into a major warrior victory.
Okay.
It was only 12-8 in points.
Yeah, only.
So, yeah, I mean, it wasn't bad for the beating I thought I took. But with the objective, it ended up being a 15-5 in his favor. Again, back to this. There's no reason for me not to have charged them. Because I can charge them, and if I get lucky and win...
He'd probably win or be stuck there.
Or be stuck there. If nothing else, it keeps them out of the center.
Yeah.
And the Barbarian Horsemen have to make a die roll to get to the center. They have to make a march check to get there. Not going to make a big difference.
And that unit doesn't cost you anything hardly, so...
And that's 300 points that, I know are not going to do much for me at this point. It should have done it, but I should have charged it, but I did not. Anyway, that's just simply on me, my mistake. But that's about it. Other than that, I thought it was interesting. The one turn where the unit fled from, I thought was a good flee, and then took the 2 units with it, really cost me. Yeah, anyway, that was it. Flaming Banner doesn't do anything for me in this game.
Didn't help in this game, no.
No. So, anyway, so that was it. First experiment with the 3 catapults. Not impressed.
And they had a bad day, yeah.
Not impressed. So,
Okay.
that's going to do it.
Till next time.
Thanks for listening.